Hello Galactic family. As all channels are reiterating, huge changes are happening right now while typing this. They are essential aspects of the awakening of humanity and the awareness that all are one, that there is only one and that all are one with that. The idea of separation could be a huge joke if they had not been so firmly convinced that separation is reality. It is not. There is only the Source, Father/Mother/God, and that's what you are, all of you, no exceptions. How can there be exceptions when there is only you? Now many of you are awakening to this knowledge, this realization, and as you do, your energy fields change tremendously as love flows through you in abundance rather than the monotony in which everyone has become accustomed. Therefore, others, many others, are feeling, realizing, that a huge change is in the air, as it definitely is. Those who read these messages, these and many other wonderfully forwarded ones, are holding the light high for decades to bring the awakening to the lives of all their turns and extend it to everyone on earth. It began with a slow progress that, as more and more of you became aware of your spiritual essences and answered the calls of your guides and mentors in the spiritual realms, the rate of progress has spread throughout the planet at the same time in which it accelerated, thereby reducing the time it would take for humanity to awaken in the awareness that they are beloved sons/daughters of God. Throughout the world, chaos and confusion, political, ethnic, racial, philosophical, in multinational and religious corporations, are powerful indicators of changes in progress, changes that will no longer be delayed or prevented. Everybody's laundry is being laundered and some are experiencing it as an extremely painful process. However, everything that is not in perfect alignment with love has to be dissolved in this process of washing because it only muddles the waters of the vast ocean of love that is reality, making it very difficult for them to be aware of who, real and eternally they are. The moment they thought they were separated from the Source already, at that moment, the remedy was created because God does not want His offspring to suffer, even if for a moment, let alone for ages that it seems that the universe exists. Initially, they chose to ignore the remedy He so lovingly presented to them because they thought, like so many teenagers throughout the time of mankind's presence on earth, they would not need Him or His medicine. They shut themselves up, they thought that permanently, access to the unity, the reality, to God, constructing a screen, a veil, a curtain, call this what they want, behind which they chose to hide and then forgot the which they did and which was of such fragile or ephemeral nature. In fact, there is nothing that prevents you from seeing and knowing God, because He is all there is to see or know. All of you just think, powerfully through the collective ego, that there is a great distance between you and God, an immense barrier that you cannot penetrate. And when they wake up, when they choose to discard the screen/curtain/veil behind which they are hiding, everything will become brightly clear, as the light that is the reality, the whole, to embrace and revive them so that, instead, be the bright and glorious light that your Father created as His beloved child. Then you will be in full and complete joy, wanting nothing, being everything. As human beings in form, with severely limited knowledge, consciousness and intelligence, it is impossible to conceive of the intense and eternal joy that the union with the Source gives in each moment of its existences, without interruption, even if momentary. Interruptions in their power supplies are just reminders of the total insufficiency of their human physical conditions. They are called an alert asking them to return home, to reality, where everything is perfect. They are waking up, there is no other option. His deities are divinely assured because there is only one. Their destinies were established in the moments of their creations and will never change. God is unchanging and so are you. They just tried to experience change by building an imaginary state of separation that brought them so much pain, and yet they clung to it as if it were their lives. Life is eternal existence in the presence of God. Now human life is a very temporary, limiting and unsatisfactory state of being that does not last and cannot last, because they were created whole, one with God, and no other state can replace the perfection that God created for you. Rejoice that this is the case, celebrate, because it is the will of God and therefore also yours, that awaken and thus should. Awakening in reality is the only inevitability of your human state. And the moment of its generalized event is rapidly approaching. With love. Soul.